All right, next we have Oregon. So Oregon also had a first-year coach last year, and I think you could probably say he exceeded expectations. Dan Lanning there,
Yeah.
not like an incredible year, but they did go 10-3, so that's obviously good things. Brought in a good recruiting class as well, and that looks like he's doing a great job. Mario Cristobal, that was kind of what he was known for, and it looks like if anything, Dan Lanning is probably making that even go better.
Right. Right.
Top 15 team a year ago by most power rankings. Their win total this year is 9.5. Kind of looking at their schedule, like it is pretty tough. Like they have some good, tough games in that schedule, none of which they cannot win though. Like they literally can win every game on that schedule. You could maybe say, unlike last year, they had to open with Georgia.
Well,
There's no Georgia this year. There are some good teams on there. Bo Nix, I really like the way he played last year. Really flashed. And they have, is it fair to say that they're just kind of, you could call them the most complete team in the Pac-12. Like there's not maybe a ton of other just like stars, but there's no like serious weak spots on their roster. Is kind of the way I would look at their roster.
the recruiting work that has been done there by the coaches and in previous regimes has been exceptional. Like for out there, they've
Yeah.
recruited, I mean, better than anyone else in that conference, right? Like we
Yeah.
can go ahead and say that Oregon top to bottom has the best roster still
Mhm.
in this conference. And the way they're recruiting now, it doesn't look like, yeah, anyone's going to catch them at least soon. So yeah, no, I agree. Bo Nix coming back is huge. Lose Kenny Dillingham, like I don't know how much he was involved like last year. Like how much was that him and how much of that was, Bo Nix? I guess we'll find out, like with Dillingham coaching in conference and Bo Nix coming back. We'll see. But people forget Bo Nix was a Heisman contender through 6 or 7 weeks last year. He had a
Yeah.
really, really good year. And yeah, kind of tailed off at the end. They lost some disappointing games. But no, I like Oregon. Like they've got a ton of talent there. The number I'm showing 9.5. Is that what
Same.
you have as well? Okay, so that's
That's a perfect
actually,
number.
it's really tricky. I don't have a strong lean in either way. I'll go over because I believe in Lanning and I believe in Bo Nix, and I think the experience, like he will be probably the most experienced. Well, I would say that Washington also has a really experienced quarterback too, with Penix. But yeah, I like what they're doing there, and there's no question that they have the talent to do it. So it's an Oregon sneaky playoff team as well. Like that's a team that if it all works out for them, you mentioned there's not a game that they can't win on their schedule. That could be a playoff team come November, that you're kind of just wake up and realize like, oh, they like if they went out, they're in. So I'll take the over, but don't feel strongly on this one.
I will join you on the over. Again, I don't feel strongly. I'm totally with you. I think they probably go into that last week 9-2 and get the revenge game against Oregon State. That's kind of what my prediction would be. So I have them going 10-2. I think that'd be pretty solid. I don't know which two the losses are. There's several out there. They also have to go to Texas Tech, like in week 2. Like that's just kind of a fun matchup. I think they're better than Texas Tech, but yeah, fun little schedule for Oregon. Let's move on.